All right, this is a recording I'm going to make for both regular chemistry and honors chemistry for Wednesday, 9/2, because y'all are doing about the same thing. This would be the regular chemistry's journal. You can also see it in your Google Classroom and have our date. You would need to write down EQ. How can signs be used to differentiate between chemical and physical changes? We talked about that in our notes, that if a chemical change occurs, usually there's some kind of sign. We could say that it farts. There could be fizzing, which would be bubbles from a gas. There could be an aroma. There could be some kind of reaction where something is replaced, and sometimes you see a precipitate or a solid form. There can be a temperature change. It could be hot or it could be cold. And then the last one, something could be synthesized, something new could be made. Also, maybe it could give off some noise. So usually there's some kinds of chemical sign with a chemical reaction. And we're going to look at those today whenever we do a virtual lab. So yours was for regular chemistry. I dropped a piece of magnesium metal and hydrochloric acid, and bubbles formed around the piece of metal at the bottom of the test tube, which also got hot. Was this a chemical or a physical reaction? So that would be actually a chemical reaction, and this would really happen if we did it. And it has a couple of signs. The bubbling would be the gas that was produced and some hydrogen gas, and then it would also get hot at the bottom because it's an exothermic reaction. Also a reminder that y'all have a quiz tomorrow over classification of matter. Then on my honors journal, same EQ, of course, same date. Journal, what are 4 possible signs? I just talked about those a minute ago. So any of those 4, and those are also in your notes. Same thing, y'all have a quiz tomorrow. Don't forget, if you failed the quiz yesterday, or if you, failed the quiz tomorrow, those can only be made up next week, Tuesday or Thursday after school and tutorials. If you're a virtual student, you will have to Zoom in. And if you are absent as an honors student, you cannot take that by yourself in Google Classroom. It has to be done during tutorials. So for both classes, after you get finished doing your journal, then you need to go into your Google Classroom, and you need to look under here under daily work, virtual lab, physical and chemical changes. Y'all's will be black tomorrow. Mine is right now a little bit gray because I have it scheduled to drop. And you're going to open it up. Beginning question, you would need to answer that. So you can type right on here. A little bit of background information and some signs that you need to look at. And then you have several stations, and each one has a video link to it. So you're going to watch that link. If we were really in school, then you would be doing that in person. We would be walking through stations, but you're going to watch each link. So you're going to click on it. It brings up usually a YouTube link. You would open it up. Then you would watch your video, and once you've watched your video, then you would come back and you would fill out your information, what station you're at. It tells you right there what the initial appearance was, what kind of observations, and then whether you thought it was a chemical or a physical change, and what sign or didn't have a sign that told you that. And then there is a few questions at the bottom. Regular chemistry has 1, honors chemistry, y'all have a couple. So then you would complete those. So you need to work through all 15 stations. For some reason, I was going to say if you don't get through in class, but if you wouldn't be watching this if you were in class. And then after that, then each class would go to their daily exit ticket for 9/2. Open that up. It's some Google form, so you would go in there and answer that, and that would complete your day for Wednesday 9/2.